Hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream of groups for my Worlds tournament hosted by Scarlet Foxes, although I'm the only one doing work for it, I guess. First and foremost, I want to say, number one, I am completely blind, so I have a laptop right here to be able to read chat because I can't see my computer that far away. I have my webcam set up right in front of me. The groups board, I actually had to make the lighting a little low because the groups board is very reflective, unfortunately. Some of the logos didn't come out completely right in the printing stage due to transparency. What else? There's one more thing. Oh, if the music and my voice are need to be changed volume wise, just let me know. Just spam it in the chat and tell me I'm bad. Yes, there's a lot of excuses. I apologize. It's scuff stream, I'm sorry. So we have the groups in this wonderful box here with all of these nice cutouts. We have every group as a card in here. All the same size, all in red Sharpie, so that I can't cheat. I will close the box, give it a good shake. There's that. Then I have the logos here, and I will just tape them in their rightful place. Also, the last thing I was thinking about was, if we do hit 20 viewers or higher, we'll do giveaways for 3 975 RP skins. And what I will do is I will ask a question about my 3 favorite champions in the game, and the first person to answer that question correctly will get the skin. And you'll just have to DM me on Discord your League IGN. But it'll be separated. It won't be all at once. And you can only win one. You can't win all 3 because that's not fair to anyone else, especially if you're just the fastest typer in the chat. Let's go. That was the logo. Oh my goodness. Yes, Nautilus will be one of them. I know that is extremely surprising to you guys. Nautilus will be one of the champions. Yeah, see, this is the issue, is the space between the board and the laptop for me to read the chat is small. Don't worry, I'm getting glasses, so next time I will be able to do this from right here and not have to do this to read. I mean, you're not wrong. You got one correct. So what I'll go ahead and do is we'll talk about the schedule so that everyone could be on the same page here. The schedule got moved back a week due to Memorial Day. I know quarantine's going on, but I know a lot of people don't really care anymore, so I decided to move it back a week anyways. What happened was I realized a lot of people that I know were going to be on vacation for it, and I realized that a lot of you might be. The new dates are the 1st, the 8th, 15th, and 22nd. The 1st, you will play 2 to 3 games, depending on whether we get teams filled into those bye spots right now, which I'm working endlessly to fill those spots. I'm posting on Reddit, and league boards got removed, which really sucks. But I'm also posting in Discords, and it keeps getting removed because leagues don't want me to steal their teams. They're losing money, I guess. But the first week on June 1st will be, you'll play 3 games, which will be everyone in your group, unless you get a bye, which we're trying to avoid. The second week will be on the 8th, and you will be playing a best of 3 in the quarterfinals, if you make it out of groups. The top 2 teams from each group will make it out, and the first seeds will play the second seeds from a different group. The 15th, you'll be playing a best of 5 in the semifinals, if you make it that far. No Scarlet Foxes team will make it that far, trust. And then the finals, there will be another best of 5. And we will also have a 3rd and 4th place match at a different time that I'm still uncertain about. I don't know if I want to do it before or after that. Or I just do it at the same time and have someone else stream it. The 3rd and 4th match is still up in the air right now for me. I mean, at least it's 3 weeks away. Trying to think if there's anything else that I missed before I start the main event here. Nah, I don't think so. Alright, so what we'll do is see how many people are in the chat here. See if we have reached 20 yet. Oh my god. We reached 21. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and we'll do the first one. And we'll do the easiest one, which will be Nautilus. I know that comes as a surprise to all of you. And the first question is, what is the name of Nautilus's W? Go. Time for everyone to hop on u.gg and figure that out, or their league client. It is not Shockwave. Shockwave is his E. And it's also not called Shockwave. It's just Shield, yes, it's just Shield. Alright, and Shadow Balls wins the first 975 RP skin. The name of Nautilus's Shield/W is Titan Zerath. And I am heavily disappointed how many people didn't know that and how long that took, because I'm sure for a fact that the others will not take that long. You will have let me down. Alright, so we'll go ahead, we'll start the group drawings here. Hopefully the tape on the back of these logos will stick. If not, I don't know. So what I'll try to do is stop a good like quarter or midway to try and get those other skins given away. If I forget, just spam it in chat because I have the memory of a dog. Here we go. The first team, I guess I can't really look at it, can I? The first team going into Group A will be Scarlet Cubs. This is the adaptation to Scarlet Pups. We decided to break off the 2 teams to play for the starting spots for next season. Oh man. Now I have to find the logo. Alright, this is the logo for the Scarlet Cubs. I don't know if you can really see it with the lighting. It's just the it's just a yellowish recolor of the original Scarlet Fox's logo. Hoping I gave enough space here to fit all the teams. Also, just keep in mind that I want Scarlet Cubs and Pups to be in the same group, so if that happens, I did not rig it. I'm just really lucky. Also, sorry, I really wanted coffee. So, my hope is that all the Scarlet Fox's team get put in the same group so I can just meme whoever beats the other team, because I know they're all going to talk shit to each other. And I'll go ahead and draw for the next first team in the next group. The next team that will be for, this will be for Group B, so we'll do one at a time. I won't be going straight down. In case I didn't make that clear, I'm sure I didn't. Will be Vengeful Reapers. This is a team that played in Coalition. I believe in playoffs they made it to either semis or quarters. I'm not quite sure, but I know they played in Coalition. They were probably mid-pack. They weren't like insane or anything, but they weren't really bad. They were just pretty mid-pack. Who knows? Maybe they'll show up here. And I'm just going to try to keep this rolling so that the stream doesn't last like 5 hours for everyone. And the next group, that will be the first group in C, will be Chubby Babies. My personal favorite to win. Only because my boy Obama. I hope I made that as cringy as possible for you guys. And they have... This is actually not the logo that their coach Accelerate sent me. It was something much worse, and I told him to kindly go play with himself. Oh no. Somehow I threw 2 of the cards out of the box. First team for Group D is Epidemic. They play in BOL, and so does Chubby Babies. I can't remember what place they're at now. I want to say it's pretty low in the standings at this point. They've had a lot of roster changes, like many roster changes. And it's just been extremely inconsistent, which a lot of teams at BOL have been really, really inconsistent. But their roster is probably the most inconsistent part about them so far. Here is the Epidemic logo that got printed. I don't know what happened when it got printed, but just everything came up transparent. So sorry for that. I try to scale all these to be about the same size. So some are smaller than others. Sorry. I know Malicious, the logo for Malicious Gaming is probably the smallest by far. Just because it's like very long. Alright, so we'll go ahead. We'll try to keep this going. Once I get to the half point, we'll definitely do the next RP scan. Alright, so the second group to get put in A is Crimson Dolphins. This is a team that I know nothing about. There's actually quite a few teams that I know nothing about. They're more like either newer orgs or orgs that haven't played in the leagues that we play in. Like BOL, ZGG, Coalition. I also, like, I don't know why, but like every season there's a team named Dolphins. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's just like a classic white girl thing, I don't know. And we'll find their very round ball looking logo. I believe the dolphin is a little bit more red on the actual rendition of it. It says the first team that gets put with Scarlet Cubs in Group A. I'm just going to try to shake this up every time because it's just natural tendency to look into the box every time I go to draw, so. The second team getting put in Group B will be AE Amethyst. This is actually a fairly large org that I had never heard of. When I think AE, I think of the league. What is the name of the league that's AE? Is that even alive anymore? Did it die? I remember I played it like, I don't know, I played on one team in there for a little while. Ascension. It was called Ascension. Yeah, so they have the same prefix. And that's just what I think of every time. Alright, so this is the logo for AE. It's fairly simple, but it's actually pretty clean looking, to be honest. And that is the second purple team getting put in Group B. Actually, it kind of looks like a minion head the more I look at it. Alright, caster minion. I'm just going to kind of angle right there so that we can fit all the logos. We shall move on to the second group. Second team getting put in Group C. Okay, so I put 2 bye slots in here. Basically what this means is if we get a team to fill that group, this is where we will set that team. The first group that we can get to fill the spot will be put in Group C. So both the bye cards cannot be put in the same group. So if I the next time I make it to Group C, if I get the other bye card, I will just move it to Group D, and then we'll go on from there. I mean, we have, about 2.5 days left to find 2 more teams. Hopefully we can, but for some reason this season it's been really tough. I think there's just a lot more leagues than there used to be honest, and teams get busy. So, that's a bye for now, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and we'll shake this up. I know I thought about Crosspoint. I think I messaged 2 people on Crosspoint. I can't quite remember. But they don't seem like they play a lot together. It seems like they come together on Wednesdays, and that would probably explain why they're inconsistent. Even as a top team in BOL. So, second team for Group D here will be Scarlet Foxes. That is a team that I actually currently play on in BOL for top lane. I believe we're playing for 4th and 5th in a tiebreaker on Tuesday. Once again, a very inconsistent team in BOL. It seems like everyone's being inconsistent in BOL, to be honest. We beat the top 4 teams in 2 weeks and then lost to the bottom 2 teams the next week. So inconsistency seems to be the norm for BOL this season. So that's 2 BOL teams getting put in one group so far. I do believe this counts as a halfway point. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go to the next RP giveaway. This one, alright, this one will be about Trundle, okay? I think everyone knows that I have kind of transferred from being a Nautilus main to a Trundle main for the last few months due to meta in top and jungle. So what we'll do here is, what is Trundle's R called? First one to get it gets the RP skin. $9.75 by the way. Subjugate. See, look at that. How did you guys know Trundle's right away? You didn't know Nautilus is W. I can't believe you. So, Tet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 will get the next skin. So right now, was it Shadow Balls and Tet? Yeah. Okay, so Tet, I know for a fact you probably won't have me on League. My username is PV, and then it's an E with 2 dots above it. To do that, you do the alt code 0203. So you hold alt 0203 on your numpad for the E. Alright, and we'll go ahead and try to get near the end of this before we do the next one. It's so hard not to look into the box when I pick it up. I don't know why. The third team getting put into Group A is Terms of Service Make-A-Wish, one of the longest names I've ever had to put on a roster document. They have a pretty interesting logo, actually. It's kind of like Happy Tree Friends-esque, if anyone knows what that is anymore. It's like this bunny with a skull and an eye patch with blood around it. I don't know, it's very, very like middle school, I'm cute but emo style, you know what I mean? Me in middle school, really cringy. I do believe Ballistic, I'm sure a lot of you know who Ballistic is. He's like a hard stuck silver or bronze ADC. He's a cool dude. I believe this is the org he owns now, from when I talked to him. Time for the third group. I just want to say group. Third team for Group B. That would be Crown Royal. This is another team that plays in BOL. They are definitely in the top of the standings for minors, not majors, minors. Chubby, Scarlet, and Epidemic all being major teams. I believe Crown Royal is third place, if I remember correctly. We've scrimmed them a few times. They seem pretty decent. I believe they're third. If anyone wants to correct me on that, I can't really remember, to be honest. Their logo's, it's pretty clean, actually. Every time I read their name, I really just think of the alcohol, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if that explains my life choices in one sentence. I will move on to the third team, not group, team, for Group C. And that will be... Remember when I said if I got 2 buys in one group that I would move it to the next group? So this will be the buy for the Group D. I will try to find a team to fill that slot within the next 2.5 days. If any of you want to help try to find a team for that, I would greatly appreciate it. You just have to be Plat 4 or under last season and Gold 1 and under this season when it comes to the full team. So, once again, this buy will be moved to Group D, and I will draw another one for Group C. So finally, the second team for Group C is Scarlet Pups. I am so sorry, Scarlet Pups. You have fun playing against chubby babies. I know I don't. I had to beat them with, what was it? Bork, Ignite, Trundle, Toppling, because I'm so tired of Mordekaiser players. I actually think everyone I know knows I'm tired of Mordekaiser players. Fuck you, Shadow Balls. Yeah. And they are the blue rendition of the Scarlet logo. This is the original roster for the minor team, Cubs being the one that split off from them. I believe in the minors, they've lost to bottom teams and also won to top teams. But since they started so late in the season, it doesn't really matter. There's no way they can make playoffs. It didn't occur to me that there'd be a lot less cards at this point. Not sure why. So, the third team... Actually, wait. We did buy. So it would be fourth teamer for A, yes? Because we did buy, move there, Pups here. Yeah, okay. Confusing myself. So the fourth team for Group A will be Team Foodie Plays Gaming. Also, one of the weirdest names I've ever heard for a group in existence. And I'll say it again, Team Foodie Plays Gaming. Foodie Plays Gaming. Who the hell came up with that name? I'm sorry that I had to read that many times. Whoever came up with that name, yeah. Although, They do kind of have a sick logo, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs. That's what it's from. Yeah, that's what it looks just like. So we have Group A completed. Group A so far looks like 3 teams that I've never heard of before this tournament, and then Scarlet Cubs, a mainly low gold silver team. So I have no idea what to expect from this group, to be completely honest with you. We will draw the final group for B. Just realized all the Scarlet teams got put in different groups. I figured that was going to happen, even though I didn't want it to, but what can you do? So, the final team for Group B would be Striking Vipers Creed. This is another team that I don't really know too much about. I feel like I remember some names from it, but I can't remember exactly the roster off the top of my head. They actually kind of have a sick logo. It's done very well, actually. Kind of looks derpy from the printed version because like this, all of this white area right here is colored in the actual logo. But I really like their logo. Name's kind of cringy, but logo's pretty cool. So this will be the final team for Group B. This is a team, this B actually looks, without knowing anything about Amethyst or Striking Vipers Creed, this group really doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Having played these teams, I'm gonna have to give my opinion will probably be Amethyst wins this group. That's my guess, by far. I don't think any game will be close with them. That's just my guess from like looking at the rosters. So we have 2 teams left, one for C and one for D. And the final team for Group C will be Malicious Gaming. This is an org that played in Coalition. During Coalition, they went, I don't remember how many games. I started halfway through the season for SFAD. I believe they were like 16-0 or something like that. Something ridiculous. Made it all the way to the finals, and then they lost the finals somehow. I don't know. They lost it 3-2. But I know for a fact that the org itself has a lot of really good players. And even looking at the roster, I mean, it's mainly like high gold, if I remember, mid to high gold. So I could see them doing pretty well. I mean, look at this group right now. It really just looks like Malicious and Chubby. They're just going to dominate pups. I mean, unless they really pull their shit together, I think it's Malicious and Chubby moving on. Prove me wrong, you know what I'm saying? And then the final group that we have left would be Imagine Wagons, which is a pretty interesting play on words. The logo actually, once again, looks better on computer. Transparency literally never works. Graphic designer logos never print out right unless they know what they're doing. I do not. If I remember correctly, I want to say it's Imagine Wagons, but I can't remember. One of these teams, it's either Strikers Creed or Imagine Wagons. I want to say it's Imagine Wagons. I actually worked with their jungler when I worked for Apple. He was a pretty cool guy. He actually, when I started driving the Roses, he ended up living near there and coming in a lot. He's a really cool dude. His IGN would be Mohawk Gaming. So hit him up and send him feed pics if you know what I'm saying. So, here are your groups. All strewn out nice for you. I slaved over this for quite a bit. Appreciate this, thank you. So, as stated, Group C and D, I will slave to find groups to fill these spots over the next few days, because I really want to see you guys play 3 full games on Monday. If that doesn't happen, then that's what happens, but I'll try my best. And I do believe it was time for the next RP skin. The third and final RP skin of the night. I know that's the only reason you guys joined this. So, let me grab my card here. Okay. So the third and final question of the night will be, what is Jarvan's Q called? This one I actually didn't know without looking it up for some reason. I don't know why I didn't know this. What's his Q called? Man, that was... I know for a fact everyone that just answered that looked it up. Because, man, I know I'm not lagging. Holy moly. I had like 3 people answer it all at the same exact time, and I just kind of standing there like, hello? Yes, and unfortunately, Neptune gets the skin. I'm sure he'll put it to good use when he only plays Tryndamere for this tournament. Try adding it. It says internal server error. Well, Riot, small indie company. Can you feel the pain in my eyes? Ah, yes. If you've never had Big B's coffee, it is insanely good. Okay, there's one last thing we have to do, and that would be the live Q&A. Questions and answers, in case you're inbred and have no idea what that means. This would consist of any questions you have when it comes to rulings, any question when it comes to what color underwear I'm wearing, or anything you want to ask at this point in time. The group drawings is over, so what do you got for me? Also, so it's Shadow, Tet, and Neptune get the skins. Don't let me forget that, because I will forget that. Also, let me know, like, what do you guys think of this? Should we do this more often? Should I try to live stream something like a talk show before games? Did you like the fact that we did this? Because I feel like nobody else does this, and it's kind of disappointing, to be honest. Rock said do it every week. Ken Maple just said hard no. Thanks. Flawless said 35 minutes stream way too long. I mean, what are you doing right now? You playing Clash? Like the game mode that crashes every month? Sorry. Got my face. Losing my Clash game, nice. Aw, nice. Bit leader. Props, am I right? Yes, we can do the VOD review tonight, Neptune, if you guys are going to be on. As much as it pains me, we can do the VOD review on my, my like 0-10 Nocturne game, because I am horrible at jungle. If it's not Trundle, I will eat that promise. Also, if any of you have heard of Crop and Seek, I'm totally down to play. That game is amazing. It is so fun, and it's really fun to get drunk and play. I know it for a fact. Played it to like 9 a.m. last night for no reason at all. Might be why my brain is running on very low capacity right now. Yeah, it is just PvE. It's here. I got you. Oh, just kidding. It's a Mac. It's a Mac. I can't do it. I don't know how. I don't know if you can, because it doesn't have a numpad. It's a laptop, so I don't know if you can do like the Alt and then do. No. But yeah, that's what it is. It's that E. It's capital P and then small v and then the E capital. If it doesn't work, just send me your IGN. I'm sure you're in the Gilded Discord. Oh, that's the other thing. If your team is not in the Gilded Discord, get them in before Monday, because we don't want to scramble at the last minute and have you lose bans because your team can't get in the voice. That is like worst case scenario. I don't want to make people lose bans, but I'm 100% ready to do it. I want these games to get done on time and in an orderly fashion. That way the stream can be going in an orderly fashion and there's a lot less confusion considering I'm the only one running this. So while I'm streaming, I want to have the least problems possible going on. Which the teams are more noticeable? It's because here, hold on, I got you. If you want like a screenshot or something, hold on. Let's see if this works. I can turn on the other lights. Hopefully that didn't move the webcam. That might be a little better to be able to see the groups. They're not gonna get any brighter than that just because they're printed, so they're not gonna be like super vibrant because that destroys your ink, and it's really not worth it. But yeah, I didn't turn on all the lights because like this red ring right here is actually like completely reflective. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I knew I was forgetting something. Watch this. I worked so hard to do this. Watch this. You ready? Battery pack. Light. I can't believe I forgot to do that until just now. Ugh. God left me unfinished. Alright, well, there's that. You can basket that for the next minute that we're doing this, though. Can you see my face a lot better? You see any acne? Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I had. That's what I said. That's why I didn't turn the other lights on. Is it's just like extremely reflective right here on the red. Yeah. Everyone fighting over the extremely low bit win. Let's go. Do you guys like the overlay? I think it's pretty sick overlay. The chat doesn't seem like it's filling up the entire box though, from where I am. So that's gonna have to be fixed before Monday. I don't know if I can lengthen it. Let's see. Let me try this real fast. Try to keep talking. Yeah, see, chat only goes halfway, I see. Let's see if I can fix it. We'll try chat on 800. It may reset it though. Hyper. Nats. I actually made a banter rule because of Ego, my mid laner. Because that dude loves banter. He is the quietest dude ever, but once he gets in-game, he's a toxic motherfucker. Not to our team, but to the enemy team. It's hilarious. When it comes to banter, I wrote the rule fairly specifically. If I remember it off the top of my head. It was... pretty much anything's allowed that isn't like racist, sexist, and then no like super hard personal attacks. That's like, it's okay to like meme someone for a minute, but when it goes way too far, I'm over it. But pretty much, I'm trying to allow as much banter as possible without it becoming an issue. So try not to have it become an issue. Because why not? We're not a league. We're not getting paid. Nobody's getting paid for this. We're doing this just for fun. So why not allow banter? You know? Yeah, well, it's for fun, but we're still gonna try to win. The worst part about every team being in a different group is the fact that as the org owner and like the main drafter for like every one of these teams is the fact that I'm gonna have to help scout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams out of the current 14 that we have. Because every team got put in different groups. And the worst part is all the teams that I don't know are in my org's groups. So like, I mean, Chubby, Epidemic, I've scouted them plenty of times. But like, I've never heard of half of the other teams. I don't know, it's interesting. I like seeing a bunch of new faces in it, to be honest. It's kind of nice. Instead of just seeing the same orgs every single time we play in a league. Yeah, that's also true. Although scouting may be a bit of a doozy, as some white people say. It'll give me a lot of leeway for having knowledge when it comes to the teams when talking about them. Speaking of that, I never thought of... I'm saying Amalur. I never thought about having a co-caster. So if you guys have anyone in mind who could co-cast with me, that's, I mean, at least halfway decent. It doesn't matter if they're color or play-by-play. I can do both. I won't be the best, but it'll still be better than most ZGG casters. Yikes. God, dude. ZGG casters. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when I get up in front of people, I say words that I literally never say. I think it's just a little bit of nervousness. I don't really know. I don't feel any nervous. I mean, I play League with all of you, but... Credentials. Alright. If you have credentials, I want you to type out an MLA format resume with those credentials. If you are that confident in your casting skills. Alright, well, I'm going to upload this to YouTube in case anyone missed it and really wants to watch it. You can send them the link. It'll take quite a minute, though, because for some odd reason, uploading anything to YouTube, no matter how fast your internet is, takes a million years because their servers are just ass, along with their admins. So, I will be ending the stream here. Thank you all for attending. I'm glad that we could get enough people here to make this worth it. because I moved a lot of stuff in my house to be able to do this. Like I have the webcam right here, like 20 feet from my computer right now on a USB extension set up on a light. I have a chair here with my microphone on it. There's drawers sitting on a desk with a laptop so that I could read the chat. This is taped to a TV that I put in front of here. And I moved, this is like a whole desk. This is like a whole computer set up behind it. Like, it's a whole ass computer behind here. So, that's all. Make sure you add me on League, PvE. I'll post my name in the announcements as well, because if I need to be invited to your game, if there's an issue, if I need to be invited to stream it, you're going to need me added, and it's just much easier to get it done now than it is to get it done on game day, because problems will happen on game day. We do have 14 teams, hopefully 16, and the less problems you can create for me, the more smooth this will go. So your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Yeah, and that's all I got. I hope you all have a good night. I will definitely be trying to play some Prop and Seek or 7 Days to Die later. And yeah, thanks for supporting me. I appreciate you all. Thank you. There's a little bit of zoom in on the groups before I go. Side note, let's see if you still stop it. It's so interesting. Try to fix this for interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why the chat box won't fill up the entire area, and it has to be full for me to see. If I make it bigger, it's just going to stretch out the chat. I actually have it set much larger than the box, but it's not showing more than like 5 chats at one time. Because like if I do that, yeah, it only shows 5 chats at one time. Not sure why. Oh, wait, that reminds me. Do you all want to see my dog? I have to show you my dog. He's the cutest thing in existence. I don't know if anyone's still here, but you have to see my dog. His name is Tigger. Give me dog. Give me a bug. This is the sweetest boy to ever exist. His name is Tigger, and he just woke up from a nap because I'm a jerk. But this is the highlight of the show. Mr. Tigger. He is a Corgi German Shepherd mix. He is the sweetest thing to ever exist. Good boy. Yeah. He's good boy. Alright, I'm done now. Come on, take this. Alright, good night, everyone.